Hi, Michael. Thank you very much for joining us today. To start with, can you tell us a little bit about Plant Jammer and what's the inspiration behind it?
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here, by the way. So Plant Jammer, basically we answer a very simple question, which is what's for dinner? And the idea being that we are pretty bad with existing technology at answering, for cooking inspiration, what should I cook tonight? So just try to come home from work and go to Google and try to find something that actually fits with what you have and what you feel like on the day. And you're probably going to spend 20 minutes going through recipes until you give up and make spaghetti bolognese once again, right? So instead of that, we apply artificial intelligence to actually answer these questions along with you. So we get an app that helps you type in what you got, give you inspirations for what you can make with it, and actually help you make a really delicious, simple meal tonight with what you got, using AI in the process. And the inspiration for it, as you were asking about as well, basically I needed to answer this question for myself. I I used to be a management consultant and worked 80, 90 hours a week, and I didn't really get to cook enough. And I wanted to learn how to cook, and I felt it was not empowering for me to make this change, sort of learning to cook with having authorities telling me a recipe. So I needed something lighter. So that's why we call Plant Jammer. We want people to jam in the kitchen and have more of a light approach to cooking.
Michael, on your journey so far, what would have been some of the sort of key ingredients, pun intended, sorry, for making Plant Jammer a success?
I think core for me personally, at least, is to realize what I'm not good at, and then find great people in those spaces. I'm good at gathering people and gathering a vision, and also at somewhat project management. But I'm not a developer. I'm not an artificial intelligence programmer. I found great people for that. I'm also not a chef, as you heard. I was learning in the process, so I also had to get good gastronomy people in there. So getting the right people, realizing your own weaknesses, and filling that up with other people who are good at those things is important. I think other aspect that people get wrong a lot of times in innovation is people think they should keep stuff secret. But the fact of the matter is that if your idea is original, you'll probably have to shove it down people's throats. And for that reason, you can share your ideas, and as you do so, you're going to get feedback that's going to help you make a better idea along the way and iterate on it. So that openness has been king also.
And what sort of role has AI played in Plant Jammer?
It's super central. So basically, we're solving a matching problem. So if you want to find a recipe, let's say with 6 ingredients, there's 400 ingredients out there to choose from. You do the mathematics, combinatorics, you're going to get 1.7 billion great recipes you could make. Right?
Oh, wow.
There's no recipe database that's bigger than probably 1 million or 2. So that's the reason why it's so hard to find a recipe that just fits with you right here and right now. So we took the bottom-up approach to saying, let's make the artificial intelligence learn how to cook by giving it a lot of recipes and learn from that, and then find food pairings, patterns of how you treat things, all these things basically being pattern recognition on existing recipes. So that's the way we build this engine of recipes, where when you click next to get a recipe, it's not a database recipe from somewhere. It's actually building it from first principles taught by old recipes.
Clearly, I think sustainability is a big angle for you, and it's all the starting point with all of these. And where do you see the opportunities in sustainability overall today?
Yeah, I think there's great opportunities in general in this space, because there's great interest from both investors, from public help, and from talent. People want to work on a sustainable place, so it's easier to get funding, and it's easier to get talents. It's also easier to build a community when you're working with this, so that's good. In particular, what we really like to think of is the empowerment of individuals. So sustainability, there's many sustainability initiatives that are top down. In energy, for instance, you have to build big infrastructure projects, and you need to have regulatory involvement and all this stuff. In food, as one example, you can actually have bottom-up sustainability, meaning it starts at the home kitchen with small habits. It's one of those few spaces where it's actually within the realm of control of individuals to do something. And I think that's an area that's largely unexplored in general, and that's going to be a big theme over the course of the next decades, is how do we empower individuals at making 1,000 flowers bloom in terms of these sustainability changes, rather than just doing the top down stuff that politicians and people with fat wallets act on already.
Yeah. So I think it was very inspirational to hear from you today, and thank you very much. I'm definitely gonna jam again tonight. I have quite a few things in my fridge that I want to make something delicious with. Thank you again for sharing your thoughts with us.
No, absolutely. I think absolutely. I think what you definitely can, and I think that's a key lesson we have is. We have a food industry that's told us for the last 50 years, has been telling us cooking is difficult. And if you try, you're probably going to mess it up. So buy this product, right? And we try to say the opposite. Yes, you can make something amazing tonight that you never made before. It is possible. And when we get that powerful idea out there, you will see the change. People stopping food waste, people eating more plant-based, people doing all the things that will make for a sustainable planet. So happy cooking tonight.
Thank you very much.